I just saw where the team wasn't talking as much, and I was making mental notes in my head of when I get in the game or what I was going to do to help us bring up some energy. And when I got in, just talking, telling everybody where they need to be, yelling where I was, making sure they knew I had their back. That just picked everybody up, and when one started talking, all five started talking, and it made a big difference.
Next question, Mike.
I guess for any of you guys, how important is focus on a night like this when I guess you have a long layoff coming up, a break, you can get away for a few days? How important is it just to kind of sustain that focus on a night like this?
I mean, it's very big, it's very important, of course. But everybody on this year's team has the same mindset, wants the same thing as a team, and we all share the same goals together. So I think the focus is there.
Alex.
Juwan, how are you feeling physically, and what's the process been like for you getting back, and then kind of what have you learned from sitting out and having to kind of watch things from the bench?
Physically, I feel amazing. I couldn't feel better. But just sitting on the bench while I was hurt and a couple of times during games, just making, like I said before, the mental notes, seeing where were you getting beat at, and just making sure that when I got in the game, to not let that happen. Just being there in the right spot, just being over 2 feet instead of 5 feet, little things like that, just being in the right spot to help my guys and help us on defense win.
Troy, I guess for this team offensively, do you feel like it's at a point where, and you've talked before about not wanting to force things, not wanting to rush things just as a team, do you feel like this team is at a point where offensively nobody's doing that? There's a level of trust, I guess, in everybody's ability to get it going offensively that nobody feels the need to really force anything?
Yeah, like I said before, a while ago, it could be anybody's night. Anybody can have a bad game, anybody can have a great game, or in between game. But just for the offensive side, it's just we all trust each other. We all trust each other to make the right play. The game, like I also said a while ago, the game is full of mistakes. It's just how you bounce back from them.
Quinn.
Troy, you had a career-high 6 assists tonight, and overall this season you've done, your assist numbers have been up. How much do you feel your ability to set up your teammates has improved since you came to IU?
Tremendously. This is my 3rd year here, and I can just see the change from freshman to now. The biggest jump was last year as a sophomore, and this year having even another jump. And now since I'm able to make plays and get those assists for my team, it's just another great way to be like as Coach Cream would say, a Swiss Army knife for the team.
Thomas, you had a career high 20 points. I think you had 10 the first 8 minutes. Just what was working well for you early on in this game?
Really what was working well was just my teammates getting me open and giving me the ball when it was the right time. Really all the credit goes to them because they're the ones that set the picks to get me open or ran the play that they knew would be a mismatch for me, and I just went with them, followed their lead, and whenever they gave me the ball, I just know I had one-on-one coverage, and I just went to score.
Was that a point of emphasis entering this game, just kind of feeding the ball into the post to you specifically, or?
No, the main focus of the team is just playing through that paint 75% of the time. Whether if it's a kick and drive or me getting the ball and I'm scoring, or I'm kicking it out for an open 3. That's the main focus right there. Luckily it was my night to get a couple points in there, so just take it like that.
Well, you guys have 8 days now before Big Ten starts. From an overall team perspective, what are the things you guys need to work on the most heading in to that first Big Ten road game?
It's a lot of things that we can work on defensively, but I said one of the main things is not how to play for a full 40 minutes. These last 2 games, we came out, I would say, soft in the first half, and then second half we'll turn it around, and we can't just depend on that with Big Ten coming up.
What do you see as the key to having a better start in the game? Is it just the mentality, or is it? I guess how do you put it together for 40 minutes?
Just following the game plan. There's a lot of mistakes in the first half, not switching, not rotating to the ball, not talking, definitely not talking. So just knowing the rotation.
They had 40 points in the paint tonight. Did Coach say anything about that? Is that maybe too high a number for them? I'm sorry, Thomas.
Oh, Coach emphasized that, but really when it comes to us, you know, it's really the mindset thing, you know. With me, I know of course I gotta get better defensively, you know, and so is the whole team. But like that's a point of emphasis, you know. We're gonna get that fixed as soon as we get back.
As for all the players, I know the one game at a time philosophy, but the non-conference is over, you know, the semester is over. So what's the report card for your ball club going into the Big Ten?
I don't know about them, but mine looking nice. Mine looking like Seth Curry in the fourth quarter, man.
I think it's good, but it can be built upon, and definitely we can do some better things to become a better team all around.
I don't even know what he said.
I'm just embracing Troy's reaction.
Are you talking about like an actual report card or for the team?
I was talking about like the school report card. That's what.
You know, grade yourselves on the non-conference.
Yes,
That's my fault.
All right, anything else for these guys?
I think it's holiday break.
Yeah.